Hello everyone. Today we will learn Telnet. So now what is Telnet? Using a Telnet, a network protocol, you can access device remotely over TCP/IP network. It allows user to connect to and interact with some remote system as if they were physically present at the device location. Telnet operates on port 23 and provides command line interface through which user can execute commands, configure settings, and managing device remotely. Okay, so this is kind of a definition. So the telnet is nothing but we can remotely access the devices. So in this scenario, as you see, we have a Cisco switches, a router, and we have a PC. So now I can access these switches configuration or router configuration from the PC. Okay, so let me show you here. If I go to the command prompt and if I want to access the switch, I know the IP address for the switch. So I have to type. So this is for telnet 192.168.1.2. So this is the IP address for this switch. So if I enter, now I have to provide the username. It's admin and password is admin123. You see right now is a switch, right? Right now I am inside this switch. Now if I want to access the router, so exit out from here. So again, telnet 1.1 is the IP address for the router, and to type admin and password is admin123. So now as you see, I am in the router. So I can perform, if I need to configure anything from the router or switches, I can perform through my PC. And also if I want to do access the router from the switches, I also can do that. Okay, so enable, I can say telnet, and IP address for the router is 192.168.1.1, admin, and password is admin123. You see, right now I am in the router, even though I am in the same thing we can do from the router. So go to the router and access the switch telnet 192.168. Oops, sorry. Enable 192.telnet 192.168.1.2 is the switch network, and admin123. You see, right now I am showing. Okay, so this is like we can configure, we can access the router or switches from the different devices through the telnet connection. Okay, so let's get started. Like this already configured. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this everything, and we already know how to open new file, new project from in the telnet, right? I mean in packet tracer. So when you open packet tracer, it will be, everything will be white. The workspace will be blank. So now, so the network I'm going to use for the router is, router IP address is 192.168.1.1, and switch should be 192.168.1.2, and PC is this. Okay, so now let's pull some devices. So the first I'm going to pull the router. So now let me go to my node and to see the what router I should pick. You can pick anything, but since we follow the documentation, I'm going to follow this. So Cisco router 4321. So 4321, and switch I should put 2960. So I have to click on the device, switch device, and switch is 2960, and any PC. Okay, again in device, and I'm going to select this PC here. Okay, now the connection. So the connect the gigabit 0.0 port on the router. So let me select the cable, right? So from switch router to the switch, we know we need a straight cable, so a straight through cable. Select the straight through cable, and this one is gigabit Ethernet 000, right? It has a three of them, and this one has a 0 1. So let me fix. So this is the 0 1, and this one has extra 0. Okay. So now I can, so router configuration. So the router configuration, I have to double click on the router. So would you like to enter the initial configuration? I'm going to say no. And we know we have to enable by type the en or enable, right? Then we have to enter the global configuration, we have to type config terminal or configure terminal for short term. And we have to access the router interface gigabit 0/0/0. Okay, because this one has a 30. Okay, so interface gigabit 0/0/0, and we should have everything here. So I'm going to copy paste, so it will be a little faster. So IP address, we know that we are going to put 1.1, and subnet mask is 25.25.25.25.25.0, and shutdown and exit. So this is the basic interface configuration. Now we have to set the username. To set the username and password, I'm going to copy this comment here. So we are telling that username is admin and the privilege 15, right? This is the exactly comment you have to type, and the secret, and this is the password, admin123. Okay, so I am done with the switches configuration. Now I have to configure the switches. So, oh no, the router, one more comment, one more thing we have to left is the enable the SSH configuration. So enable the, enable the telnet access, right? We are doing the telnet. So enable telnet access and specify the VTI lines. Okay, so you have to enable the telnet access. So let me go and do config terminal again. And I'm going to just copy paste or just line, just type it out. So line bty 0 space 4 and logging local ops local login local and transport input telnet. All right, so switch router configuration is done. So I have to do similar configure for switches. So I double click on the switches, CLI, enable config terminal, and in the in the switch by default we have VLAN 1. So we have to provide the IP address for the VLAN 1. So to do that, we have to say interface VLAN 1. So it should be capital. So VLAN 1. Okay, and IP address, let me copy that. Two 255.255.0 and no shutdown. So switch also is done, IP address. Now we have to do the set the username, right? So let me exit from interface configuration, exit, and again exactly the similar command. Let me change the password. So I'm going to use the same password as router. So admin123. Okay. So now again we have to enable the telnet. So line bty02 space 15 login local and transport input telnet. All right, so let me end this. We are done. Switch and router. Okay, so now let's try to access the router from switch to see if it is working or not. So to do that, we have to use telnet, and IP address for the router is 192.168.1.1, and admin, and password is admin123. We are able to access the router. Show interfaces. So everything I see is for the router. Okay, so exit. We are back to the switch. Now let's go to the router to see if we are able to access the switch from the router. Okay, so telnet 192.168.1.2, username is admin, and password is admin123. Yep, we are able to access the switches from the router using the telnet. So now we are going to connect the PC to the switch and give the IP address and IP configuration. This is 192.168.1.10. We are using the one network, right? So default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and default gateway is 192.168.1.1. So this is the router, right? So this is the default gateway that we have to use. Okay, so connection also is successfully configured. So now let me see if we are able to access the router using telnet. Okay, telnet 192.168.1.1. Username is admin. Password is admin123. Yep, we see the router, right? So that means we are inside the router now, and let's connect to the switches. So let me exit out. So telnet 192.168.1.2. This is for switch, and username is admin, and password is admin123. Yep, we are successfully configure the telnet on the switches and the router, and we are able to access from our PC or PC or from the switches or from the router. Okay, and also this is the documentation. I will put this documentation inside the description. Okay, thank you.